sumugod, the bump and the finish. Jumper is good. Lamar, basket and one. Has 6 points back. Ilagan knocks down the 3. Steal, Yambing, look out. William Bing throws it down. MANNY sees a gap and throws it down. Early down by Bennett with a hammer. Fidel for 3.
The march towards the playoffs continue in the 8th season of the Maarligaw Pilipinas Basketball League, and we are live from the marching band capital of the Philippines here at the Strike Gymnasium in Bacoor, Cavite. Earlier we saw Cebu win over Bacolod. What we shift
Ilagan, wherein May Kawayan won last night away, versus Pasay, and they are right on their tail, a game behind, an important game, especially for the Cowboys. Nakalimutan mo, siyempre yung
si Kalaw Kalabaw,
si Kalaw Kalabaw, kasama din natin. Baka magtampo yan, biglang humilata yan.
Patiin din natin yung mga nanonood sa atin live on our official MPBL YouTube channel, also on Tap Sports and Solar Sports. Later we'll hear from Ms. Mika Abisamis, pero pag-usapan muna natin ang ating updated team standings in the North Division. Medyo locked in na, no? At least yung top 3 spots. Pero yung number 4, pinag-uusapan natin home court advantage in the first round, Coach Chris.
That's right, and Bataan, an important game for them as well, because right now they're in a play-in situation, and you want to get out of that play-in by being in the top 6, right? And for Ilagan, you're looking to solidify that 4th spot because ang layo ng disparity. Yes, they're one of the 4 teams in their division who are in a double-digit win already at number 10, so they're gunning for number 11, but the disparity in the losses, kita mo naman, no? Between them and Caloocan, 4 games, and between them and Abra is 5 games.
And that's why that win by May Kawayan yesterday
Huge.
over Pasay was really huge. And Ilagan needing a win tonight. But in their last game, they have continued their winning ways. And they were able to beat Bacolod. Medyo dikit pa nung first half, but they were able to pull away late in that 3rd period to seal this victory.
Up by 5 after 10 minutes.
Late in that 3rd period to seal this victory.
Up by 5 after 10 minutes. Up by 14, which is still manageable, obviously, for the team facing the deficit after halftime. But it was a different story after the 3rd quarter, wherein they were up by 23 points already. You saw the numbers. I expect them to come out at least with the same intensity, not with the same numbers possibly, because this is a team who likes to control the pace, not to have many possessions. They love to run the clock. So look forward for Bataan, to try to push the pace and try to add more to those possessions to disrupt yung mga sets nitong Ilagan Cowboys.
And Bataan certainly on a rise. They were at 1.3-7. But under Coach Mike Sagigit, they have played out much better. And against Imos, simula pa lang hindi na nila pinaporma itong Imos for this wire-to-wire victory.
3-2 simula nung kinuha nila itong si Coach Mike, and they took care of business also para dito sa Imos. And the catalyst in this game, and also the best player, was si Roby Darang. First quarter had 10 points and just continued to help his team increase the lead from double digits nung first quarter, and then 23, and then doble nila yan at the end of the game. Halos na golden anniversary na, 50, 48 to be exact. But Bataan now with a different situation also for them. Kalaban itong Ilagan, a different challenge.
Simulan na natin ang sagupaan sa pagitan ng Ilagan at Bataan. Punta na natin si Miguel Pere for the starters.
Action continues here inside the Strike Gymnasium in Bacoor City, Cavite. Welcome to our second game between Ilagan Isabela and Bataan Risers. This is the 2026 MANNY PACQUIAO'S MPBL Season 8, live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports, and a YouTube channel. Let's meet the starters first for Ilagan Isabela 5-star Cowboys. Starting at guard, number 22, Chino Mosqueda. Also at guard, number 2, Don Gumaru. And center number 15, Alan Santos. Forward number 29, Alan Mina. The other forward number 18, Art De La Cruz. Head coach for the Cowboys is Louis Gonzalez. Assistant coaches Mixon Ramos, Eric De La Cuesta, Hans Robles, Edel Tacorda, and Alex Caldueng. Coaching consultant Glenn Capaccio. Team managers Vice Mayor Dave Diaz, board member EJ Diaz and Jody Fournier. Team governors Ricky Legui and Joey Fournier. The team owners are Jayo Diaz, Governor Rodito Albano, and Mayor Jay Diaz. Here comes the starting five for the One Bataan Risers, PACQUIAO'S. Starting at guard number 1, Robbie Darang. Also at guard number 7, Hubert Candy. At center number 27, Chris Xavier. Forward number 22, Yves Sazon. Also at forward number 28, Chito Jaime. The head coach for the Risers is Goody Ilagan. Assistant coaches Mike Sagigit, Al Vergara, F. Francisco, Marvin Molines, Louis Cortina, Prince Cruz, and Ervin Lozada. Team manager Attorney Gary Palmero. The team owner is Luis Valenzuela. Referees was Wongemar.
Starting five brought to you by Sport Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Ilagan Isabela. Cowboys have a backcourt of Chino Mosqueda and Donald Gumaru. Up front are Alan Santos, Art De La Cruz, and Alan Mina. One Bataan Risers begin with Robbie Darang, Hubert Cani, Chris Xavier, Yves Sazon, and Chito Jaime. Our game officials, Benjo Estroga, Maynard Centeno, and Michael Kinay. Fourth referee is Ron Baluyot. Ilagan has won 4 of their last 5 games following a 4-game losing skid, while Bataan suffered 7 straight losses before Coach Mike arrived and have won 4 of their last 6 games. Tip going to the side of the Risers. Immediately, Yves Sazon launches, no good. Santos the rebound.
That's a good look for Yves Sazon. That's a shot he can knock down anytime coming off the screen. Who, by the way, I thought shed some weight during the course of this season. Mas kondisyon na yung pangangatawan nitong si Yves.
De La Cruz, short. Chris Xavier nakuha yung rebound. Hubert Cani is from this area. Ubong Cavite. He drives. Was it on the floor? Yeah, I think they will nullify the basket.
So this is something that Hubert Cani can nitpick in terms of ball screen situations. Arguably their best ball screen player on the team. He's a guy that has played the point guard pretty much his whole career. Pero dito sa Bataan, because how good of a scorer he is, especially from the outside, sinasabay sila ni Robbie Darang with him at the 2.
A foul. Chito Jaime got caught pushing off. Also a former Bacoor striker. Ito si Chito Jaime. Chino Mosqueda, also part of the influx of players during the free agency and trade window with Ilagan. Traded for Joseph Gabayni. Now here he is, lets it fly and puts it in from downtown.
Well, the scouting report always against Chino Mosqueda is you can live with the outside shot, and Chino Mosqueda has shown, at least to start the game, that maybe you should think twice. Let's see if that defense will adjust during the course of this game.
Hubert. Santos switching on to him. Cani drives, lays it in. Strong move to the basket by Hubert Cani.
We talked about cherry picking, nitpicking yung ball screen action that time, forcing the switch again kay Alan Santos, but the last one at the top of the key was able to drive that basketball strong to his right.
Speaking of strong to his right, what about that attack by Chino Mosqueda, counted plus the foul?
So this was a great read by Chino Mosqueda, because this time Cani goes over the screen, And Chino takes advantage of the off angle.
We have the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Probably a little confusion in that two-man game defensively between Hubert Canny and etong si Chris Javier. Because usually you would go under the screen kay Chino, but probably changed his mind, no? Kumbaga nag-audible kasi nakashoot itong si Chino Mosqueda nung first possession nila. Nice turnaround, Jay, by Chris.
Cuts the lead down to 2, 6-4. Art de la Cruz.
Nice move.
Gets past Chito Jaime, who thought Arf got away with a hook. 4-point lead. Quick free from Chris Javier. Lista mo na yan. Right, early points for the former UE Red Warrior.
Able to step into that three. Not so much resistance on that challenge by Santos. The same way, itong cut at layup ni Art de la Cruz.
Mosqueda and De La Cruz providing the goods so far for the Cowboys. Chito Jaime nakasungkit ng foul laban kay Alan Santos.
That was on number 15, Alan Santos, his second.
Two quick ones from Alan Santos, just 3 minutes in. Coach Louis Gonzalez in his second year with Ilagan. Chito Jaime at the line, played for Pasig last season. Had a 40-point game at age 40 against Manila.
Ito ba ang milestone, ha?
Di ba?
Parang ang hirap kalimutan nun.
Ang free throw na ito, tinsatin yan ng extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Robbie Celis making an early entry with Alan Santos in foul trouble. Bataan applying pressure all the way to the backcourt. Skeda receives it. Bumaru. Laban kay Robbie Darang. De La Cruz tumanggap sa taas. Interesting how De La Cruz and Celis could find their footing together at that front court. De La Cruz makes his move, likes this matchup against Chito Jaime. That time, unable to convert.
Even though he missed that shot, I love that move by Art de la Cruz. Just imposing his will inside the paint. He definitely has the heft, size, and has excellent footwork. Ito si Art de la Cruz.
Foul against the Cowboys. Jamil Gabawan comes in for Chito Jaime. 10-9, Ilagan Isabela. At the post, Chris Javier against Robbie Celis. Turns baseline, the reverse no. Gabawan got it. And we'll head to the line for one more.
Well, gang rebounding is going to be so important on the part of Ilagan, especially with Robbie Celis and De La Cruz in their front line, because a guy like Joseph Gabani, or sorry, Jamil Gabawan. Nabanggit mo kasi kanina nung trade window, no? Agresibo nga itong Ilagan. Si Ote pang naalala ko.
Hindi, akala ko sasabihin mo.
Si Gabawan, rather. Okay, mamimiesta dyan sa ilalim. Aside from being a physical player, itong si Gabawan, he uses that physicality to get some extra possessions as well. Especially against a smaller front line.
Yeah.
Itong Ilagan at may tawag dito. As is that De La Cruz? Yeah, De La Cruz is on the floor.
Took a hard fall. Tanda natin, no? Nagkaroon na rin siya ng problema sa kanyang kanang shoulder last season. And this season as well. Just a regular foul on Bataan.
I can't believe that was just a regular foul.
Kaya napailing din si Art. Well, the departure of Joseph Gabayni left somehow a void dyan sa front court ng Ilagan Isabela. Medyo mas naging manipis yung kanilang center position. At Ilagan has found a way. They've been rolling of late. Hubert Cani, long three. It will roll out. Celis grabs the rebound. Siya na magbababa para sa Ilagan. Naagaw ni Ives Sazon. Foul given up by Allen Mina.
Not a good foul. Or a good foul, rather. Wait. Yeah, not a good foul. Penalty na.
Hindi. Wait lang.
Yes.
Oo nga, no?
Alam mo, ikaw naguluhan din. Diba?
Okay. Tama.
Yes.
Nalito ako. Tama, ang Ilagan nga ang penalty.
Yeah. Ang tawag doon, you got confused with my confusion.
Coach Louie.
Don't we live in a confusing world?
Well, it's a death stare from Coach Louie. They're simply unhappy with the lack of a call. Sazon, mintis yung unang free throw. Sablay din yung pangalawa. Meanwhile, let's go to Mika.
Coach Louie Gonzalez said, contrary to how people thought the number 4 spot would be tight for two superstars in Robbie Celis and Arthur de la Cruz, who are both on the court right now. He said, I'm very thankful to them no, na nag-surrender sila sa akin. They know we need to expedite things. No? Tinutulungan nila ako lalo sa pag-insert ng mga tao. They are playing for the team and hindi kung sino sila. For the rest of the regular season, they need to get back their identity sa defense. And against Bataan, the 3-point shooting team, Javier, Jaime, Cani, Flores, Sazon, all need to be guarded well. Ken, Coach Chris?
Maraming salamat, Mika. We have a plethora of talent, especially a couple of talented front court players like Robbie Celis and Arthur de la Cruz. Somehow, you have to make it work. Especially, you're aspiring to go deeper in the playoffs.
It's something I think that could work offensively. I think the question is on the defensive end, really. Especially against this Bataan team wherein they've been switching a lot defensively, and Bataan, the guard specifically, has been making them pay a couple times already. The first one by Hubert Cani, the last one by Robbie Darang over Robbie Celis.
De la Cruz up top. Naagaw ni Chris Javier. Gabawan is ahead. Javier back to Gabawan, who will finish off that fast break.
How about that, leading the fast break are the two big men displaying a little passing exhibition.
Lamang ng Bataan, 16-13. De la Cruz, quick shot, no good. Rebound, Gabawan. Especially when you have Robbie Darang, who probably is top 5 in terms of being the quickest one from end to end.
Certainly a much improved player through the years. Ito si Robbie Darang.
Clean swipe by Robbie Celis. Steal of the game brought to you by the Extreme Boom 3 waterproof speaker. Unstoppable sound, ultimate power.
Chris Javier just reading that passing lane perfectly, even though it was a bounce pass, getting that hand in. And then a 2-on-1 break. Unselfish play.
Rafi Octobre, Joshua Galliano, Alfred Flores coming in for Bataan. Kaya naman sa Ilagan, Kyle Paranada, Alex Cabagnot, and J-Boy Solis, who was a former player of Coach Mike Sagigit.
Paranaque, right?
Yeah, Paranaque, and also at Olivares College.
So this is the matchup that I'm looking forward to. Flores at si Paranada, two players who could change the game with their scoring and also with their speed. Pero nauna na magpakilala itong si Flores.
19-15, Paranada. Pass to J-Boy. Cabagnot takes that long shot. Wala. Nakuha ni Alfred Flores yung rebound. commit a traveling violation.
Well, he asked for the basketball, and then Flores made a perfect pass but was not able to gather the basketball. Look at this step back over the outstretched arms of Giap.
3-point shot brought to you by the Extreme Water Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers.
Sorry, Solis, rather.
Sino ba sabi mo?
Giap. Former Ilagan Cowboy.
Tama.
Yeah. Nakita ko kasi siya kagabi.
Sa main kawayan yun.
Correct.
Alam mo, mamaya ako nababanggitin dahil may naganap na naman, no? Something happened that prompted the referees to have a discussion. It's a foul on Bataan. Alfred Flores.
Warning on number 1, for sports online years substitution.
Warningan pa. Sazon will replace Hubert Cani. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Para nada, Manny Pay, the digital wallet built for the community. Kabagnot drives, pulls up, no. Solis, yes.
Defense of Bataan caught ball watching. Solis uncontested for the offensive rebound and the follow-up.
Flores facing a double team. Pass intercepted. Cabagnot with a getaway, but blows the gimme. Sazon for free. Good. Big swing in favor of Bataan.
5 points to be exact on that swing.
22-17. Celis to Solis. Out of contact.
This was the steal and probably the easiest missed layup in the career of Alex Cabagnot that led to the three-pointer of Ives.
Jeboy Solis at the line. The former UCBL Season 4 MVP when he played for Olivares College.
Again,
Yeah, was teammates with Joey Bartuma, Josh Galliano, John Oduba, Redel Fabro.
again, under Coach Mike.
Under Coach Mike.
Again.
Which ironically, ang nakalaban nila sa finals was Diliman College, which was headed by Robbie Darang, who is now with Coach Mike,
Right.
and Junel Bauzon.
And that was a Renzi Bahar.
Yes.
Coach Renzi Bahar led team. Still the coach of Diliman College.
Si Coach Mike din. Coach pa rin ng Olivares College. Score is 22-19 in favor of the Risers. I was about to say, kanina pa tayo nagkakalituhan. It probably has to do with the venue since we're back after 2 years. Alam mo ako, i-confess ko lang sa'yo, pagpasok ko, pupunta dapat ako sa kabilang table.
Now we're hearing confessions now?
Seriously, like, kasi di ba, I was a game announcer back in Season 4, Season 5, so we're so used to being across each other. But di naman tayo nag-strike gymnasium last season.
Okay.
So, wala lang, baka ano lang, may kalituhan lang na nagaganap. Here's Xavier with a rebound.
That's a good reminder. I almost forgot about that you were one of the game announcers.
Sabi ko, sa tamang table ba ako? Even Sazon lumapit, lazy din for 2. And off the ball, something happened between Alfred Flores and J-Boy Solis. That's not a good foul. Penalty na rin ang Bataan.
Look at this post move by Sazon attacking a smaller defender but not settling for a jumper. He could just shoot over him. Saw the gap in the middle. The help was late. Able to lay it up and in.
Peter Pan, Joey Barcuma is now in the ball game. J-Boy Solis balik sa free throw line. Was solid when Art de la Cruz went down with an injury. Couple of double-double performances during Art de la Cruz's absence.
Well, he was the best player during the game that Art de la Cruz got injured. I forgot against who. That was
Pasig.
like 3 weeks ago. That was against Pasig. And then came out big time along with Paranada in the second half. Siya yung best player ng larong yun. Double-double, I believe, yung kanyang performance.
Josh Galliano commits a traveling violation. Bola babalik sa Ilagan. 3-point lead for the Risers. Cowboys trying to catch up. Robbie Celis off the dribble. Can't finish through contact. Galliano, pasa kay Sazon. Shot clock is off. Barcuma, pasa kay Galliano. Shot fake, leaning in. And that will work.
Basic lang. Shot fake. One dribble pull-up, one-legged.
Kabagnot. His shot off, and that will conclude quarter number 1. Both teams having trouble early, but Bataan little bit better. And a lot of implications in this ball game. Gino Mosqueda had 6 early points to set the tone for the Cowboys.
Trouble in terms of turning the ball over, including this one. A total of 9 turnovers combined for both teams in the first quarter, but did not have trouble shooting the basketball. Bataan shooting 64% and Ilagan 46%. And those are high clips. Kaya high scoring din tayo, 26-21.
Points.
Bravo! 210.
Twist of Fate, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Dito lang sa Solarflix.
Don't miss the newest Turkish drama to hit Philippine screens. Twist of Fate weeknights at 8 p.m. on Solarflix. Solarflix is seen on Sky Channel 16, Signal Channel 21, Cable Link Channel 33, and DDT Channel 21 in Metro Manila. Ano nga ba ang Twist of Fate para sa inyo, guys?
I just have to say, as you see, the son of Coach Elvis Tolentino, Kyle Tolentino, out for the season. Finally, somebody delivering that not only with feelings but with conviction.
I agree.
Yeah. After what? Almost a month? Finally.
Swak na swak sa banga. I give that. Wala eh. 10 talaga
I gotta give my co-host the ultimate compliment because I don't want to get myself in trouble. So, Mika, that was a breath of fresh air.
That was the Rebanse effect, by the way.
So you see the abuse of power. Now, even though she was not permitted to go in between our conversation because she feels like it, that's the problem. Back to the game.
Ilagan with a basketball down by 5. Pelembrico, pupukol sa 3. Pasok yan. Baba sa 2 ang kalamangan ng Bataan.
Filibrico is just one of those players na pinagkakatiwalaan ni Coach Louie. Not only to defend, but has really improved his game offensively. But his game really comes from his effort on the boards, defensively, extra possessions. And at times can knock down shots just like the last possession or the first one to start. Itong second quarter.
Hubert Cani makes his return. 8 seconds sa shot clock ng Bataan. Sazon pulls the trigger over Alex Cabagnot.
One of the better shot makers we have in the league. You talk about him, the degree of difficulty at times to make baskets.
Bola na agaw ng Bataan. Barkuma, pasa kay Chito Jaime. Oh, the gorgeous finish.
He's not gonna get a stat for it. Chris Xavier gotta credit him for opening that lane for Chito Jaime with that seal screen in transition.
Celebrigo, turnover na naman laban sa Ilagan. Sazon, lock and loaded, masyadong malakas. Paranada. Nahanap si Art de la Cruz, wala. Got it back, de la Cruz will stick it back in.
Everybody just stood and watched after the second chance by Art de la Cruz. 6 points for him.
2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Ives Sazon tries another one. This time he gets clipped in the arm by J-Boy Solis. Fast Break the Game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
And that screen on the low side by Chris Xavier opened up the lane for Chito Jaime.
Sazon at the line, leading scorer for Bataan this season with 11.8 points. Tatlo na ba yung nasa 2,000 point club natin? Or silang dalawa pa rin ni John Wilson? Parang may isa pa. Si Alwin Alday pala. Tama.
Good job of answering your own question.
Yeah, one of 3 guys part of that 2,000 point club.
You know, that's one of the things I read that really helps a person to have a healthy and happy life.
What?
Conversing and answering your own questions. Ona with a 3.
Oy! I'm not sure if he called banked, but he hits it.
Called it or not, it's still 3 points and a much needed basket for Ilagan. Barkuma!
Wala! Nasa kanya pa din. Pinasa na niya kay Chris Xavier. Barkuma susubok sa 3. Bumulong palabas.
Is that a foul on Ives? I don't know. I thought that was perfectly timed. Our official thinks otherwise.
Yeah. No challenge from Bataan. This remains a 3-point ball game. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Celebrigo. Pasa ay Paranada. De la Cruz. Hindi nakatingin si Miguel Ona. Another turnover by the Cowboys. Sazon. Can't finish. Back the other way. Paranada. Pasa kay Celebrigo. Charging through Barkuma. Off that pass. Commits a blocking foul.
Well, not in legal position was... You don't see Ray Joey Barkuma. I've always wanted to say that. As the fine by Paranada in transition. Ayan, trying to draw a charge. But obviously not in the right position.
Yeah, but timeout. 6 minutes and 43 seconds left. We'll be right back.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sekreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Ilagan versus Bataan. For our course, second game later, we'll have Jensan versus San Juan. Earlier, Cebu triumphant over Bacolod. Commissioner Emerson Arrieta at the middle. Zaldi Rilubin, head of operations. Will Distrito. Nandyan din si Ascom Satar Macantal. And Boss Mark Afwang. Sa corner, tumira si Paranada. Mintis.
Chito Jaime face guarded. Itong si Ona, the bigger postman, na tawagin siya ng foul dito. And because he face guarded yung box out niya, no, kay Ona, bumagsak sa kanyang bola. Problema, hindi niya alam, no, kaya nakakuha yung extra possession. Ito, no, i-review nila, possible upgrade maybe, kasi nakita nila, may nakita silang little excessive, I would say.
Sa ulo eh.
Oo, kay Chito Jaime.
Let's see here.
Only a regular foul.
Yun. Kaliwang braso. Biggie Corteza comes in for Chito Jaime, picking up his second foul already. 6.5 remaining in the second. Ona pitching it back to Gino Mosqueda. Paranada, the catch, the pass. Art de la Cruz, the runner is good.
Now, what a tough shot that was. To shoot it on the move, one-legged, just one dribble on that pull-up with the off leg. That's a nice basket by Art.
Sazon forcing up the shot. Kani taking advantage of that poor pass by Paranada.
Careless, really. Especially coming from your point guard.
So lamang ulit ang Bataan, 34-31. Celebrico rejects the ball screen, goes downhill. Two more free throws coming up for Ilagan Isabela.
That's sealed by Miguel Ona and Chris Javier. Really forced that foul. Ito yung turnover by Paranada, picked off by Hubert.
Steal of the game brought to you by the Extreme Boom 3 waterproof speaker, unstoppable sound, ultimate power.
Warning all Bataan Risers for violating bench corner.
Mga Bataan Risers getting warned. Celebrico at the line. Ilagan Isabela still perfect, 5 out of 5. It's good on his first. Which Mike, after Paranaque, had a stint with Caloocan last season. Now back in the MPBL with Bataan.
Even the preseason before season 8. That's your fault.
Why?
Still perfect, as I recall what you said. Not perfect anymore.
Corteza the rebound. Tarang pulls it out. Corteza trying to offer a screen. Robbie Darang pulls up from free. To roll out.
That's a foul.
De La Cruz natulak ni Josh Galliano.
Not a good foul. Fouling somebody 95 feet away from the basket without any advantage. That's a walk. Not to remember, but a walk to the free throw line.
Penalty na ang Bataan.
I can't believe you just dissed that. I know that's your favorite movie.
What? Walk to remember? Ayaw naman. Ano ako eh. Mandy Moore fan ako eh. Naalala mo yung mga nasa top 10 music charts. Yung inaano yun. De La Cruz, leading scorer and rebounder for Ilagan, puts in both free throws. Tapla na tayo, 34 all. Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Chris Javier sa corner. Hubert Cani, the cut. Galliano smothered by Miguel Ona. And now they get the possession back, talking about the Cowboys.
Well, usually it's good D, better O. Pero ito, baliktad to. Good O, better D. Ang ganda nung cut. Pero ang ganda rin nung palpal afterwards. And Robbie Darang holding on to his right thigh. That's a stinger. Mukhang tuhod, no? Tuhod sa thigh. Oo.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly an offensive foul. Was that Ona or De La Cruz?
Si Ona yata eh.
Yeah.
But I don't blame you for getting confused with the two.
But I only saw white shorts on the replay.
Meron tayong mga ganyan eh. Di ba? Si Alex Ramos, si Jory Napoles. The good sign that Robbie Darang is up on his own power. Pero pagpapahingahin muna siya dito ni Coach Mike, Miguel Ona, giving quality minutes so far for Ilagan Isabela.
So he had a few suitors during that trade window from June 1 to 20. Because he's a serviceable player, can offensively can stretch the floor, and defensively provides toughness, defense, and is a decent rebounder.
Di Corteza, the one-hander. Bataan remains in front, 36-34. 4.5 remaining in the second period. Bumaru, pasa kay Felebrico. DJ stops at the elbow. Confident looking stroke.
That's the best way, the perfect way to describe that shot, because Miguel Ona was wide open on that pick and pop. But because he was so confident to take that shot, he knocked it down smoothly.
Galliano commits another traveling violation.
Stopped by Felebrico.
They took an extra step. Also a former Cowboy to si Joshua Galliano. Pagpapahingahin muna siya dito. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. De La Cruz. Umaru. Arth was pulled by Miggy Corteza. More free throws coming up for Arth De La Cruz.
That's one of the toughest screens to defend. That little up screen from Felebrico at the free throw line kung saan pa downhill off the ball. Ito si De La Cruz. Kaya wala na magawa siguro, no? Itong si Corteza, but to pull him, which prompted our officials to blow the whistle.
Ona gets a well-deserved rest. Robbie Celis babalik sa loob for Ilagan Isabela. De La Cruz back at the free throw line. 10 points. Gets the friendly bounce on the first. 11 points and 6 rebounds for Arth. Lamang na ang Ilagan. After Bataan was leading for the most part. That will prompt Coach Mike Sagigit to use a timeout. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. They have relinquished the lead. The Cowboys in front will return after this short break.
Bakit parang ayaw mo nang makipagkita sa akin?
Dahil natatakot ako. Maganda kung iisipin pero sa totoong buhay.
So hindi pa pwede ang rich girl at poor boy?
Bakit pwede ba?
Bakit naman hindi?
Good news para sa ating mga kaliga. Starting on July 31st, we will start our first game at 3 p.m. So second game, 5 p.m. Third game at 7 p.m. mas mapaaga-aga ang ating simula at pagtatapos. So tuloy-tuloy na yan from July 31 onwards. Right now, Cowboys having a bit of a momentum, up now by 2 points over Bataan. 38-36. Muli po Ken Pangilinan kasama si Coach Christian Luanzon at courtside Miss Mika Abisamis. Coach Elvis Tolentino later. The Gensan Warriors will take on the San Juan squad. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Sazon, bantay si TJ. Gabawan, naagawan sa likod ni De La Cruz. Try to get it back and he does. Last touch si Art.
Stepped out of bounds. A nice job by Art De La Cruz. The timing to steal the basketball. Yung kay Gabawan, no? Almost completed the play.
Gilbert Cani. Celis the switch. 5 on their shot clock. Hubert Cani off the dribble. Puts it up, way off. De La Cruz corrals his 7th rebound.
What a dangerous pass. Careless one.
Back the other way, Sazon. Foul on Chino Mosqueda.
Holding foul number 22, Gino Mosqueda. That's his first foul, 3 on the
I know he was trying to stop the potential fast break. Well, there was no fast break. But it's a good thing that he realized that dahil wala pa naman sila sa penalty, no?
Alfred Flores. Pasa kay Hubert Cani. 10 segundo sa kanilang shot clock. Pass read well by Chino Mosqueda. Dondon Bumaru for 3. Masyadong malakas. Another offensive rebound by Ilagan. And Art De La Cruz seizing the advantage.
Not sure who's gonna get the rebounding stat, but that looked like yung intensyon, no, ni Robbie Celis of getting the hand in, yung pagtapik ng bola kay De La Cruz, so he could get the offensive rebound and probably the assist on the last one. Nice drive by Flores.
Look at the handles by Alfred Flores. 40-38. Trapped in the corner, Chino Mosqueda backing down Alfred Flores. Rising up over him, and Chino Mosqueda thought that Flores too small for his own good. Able to respond. Balik sa 4 ang labang ng Cowboys. Foul laban sa Ilagan. Chino Mosqueda with a strong start. The game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Well, they squeeze the ball screen right here, and the downside when you do that is masyado ka ng malalim, no? And Alfred Flores, instead of settling for the jumper, ate the space in front of him, made a nice crossover, and a drive to the basket. Ives, step through, success.
Against a tough defender like MJ Ayaay. 42-40. Mosqueda. Celis at the elbow. Stop in his tracks, MJ Ayaay. De La Cruz finally gets his hands on the basketball against Alex Ramos. Pumihit, wala. Labanan sa rebound, napunta kay Ives Sazon. .70 seconds remaining in the first half. Bumanggap si Alfred Flores. Ramos making his move, turnaround jumper, short, got it back. Ramos almost lost his balance. A foul on the Cowboys. They are over the limit.
Now, Ilagan is frustrated right now with the calls, but I thought the no call on the switch kay Gabawan by Ayay, a lot of holding, and hindi nila mapasa, no, yung bola kay Gabawan. They got away with that, but Patrick Ramos, as he flashed towards the high post, was looking for him to be a second feeder for that high-low play. Took the shot, and then the foul was called eventually after the miss.
Alex Ramos, former Pampanga Giant Lantern, makes the first free throw. 56.1 seconds left. Two for two at the line. Takla na naman tayo, 42 apiece. J-Boy, pagpapahingin na si Art de la Cruz.
Who goes out with 14 points, shooting 50% from the field.
Sumama pa, 8 rebound para kay Art de la Cruz.
Those are 5 turnovers though. 5 of the 10 turnovers of Ilagan.
Celes sa poste. Kick out pass, open 3, ay, automatic.
Nobody communicating of the off-ball flare screen action by Ilagan. Something that they love to do. Halos default play na nila yan, no? Ay, wide open.
Marcuma takes the free. Too strong. Fight for the rebound. Natapik. Napunta kay Alfred Flores. They could hold out for the final shot of the first half. Flores. Long three-point shot. Short. Barcuma got it back. Flips it up. Wala. Gabawan still has time, but was unable to get it off. And the first half comes to an end. Ilagan Isabela turning things around after a rough stretch in the first quarter. And huge thanks to Art de la Cruz, who has had a magnificent performance so far with 10 points coming here in quarter number 2 for a total of 14 to go along with 8 boards. Efficient shooting, 50%. And the Cowboys in a crucial matchup against Bataan. They lead by 3 at the half, 45-42.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sikreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang pakpakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang puhunan. Basketball muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalitin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalitin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan na yung mayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di matatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama. may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay di naghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di matatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao.
Bakit parang ayaw mo na makipagkita sa akin?
Dahil natatakot ako. Maganda kung iisipin pero sa totoong buhay.
So hindi pa pwede ang rich girl at poor boy?
Bakit pwede ba?
Bakit naman hindi?
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sekreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Where Ilagan Isabela holds a 3-point lead over the Bataan Risers, 45-42. Bataan through the first punch. They led in the first quarter pero bumawi agad ang Ilagan Isabela rather at the tail end of that second period to take this lead heading into the third quarter.
No, tama ka dyan, no? Because it's been a game of runs basically. And Ilagan finishing the second quarter stronger. Pretty much the way, Bataan finished the first quarter stronger, up 26-21. You look at the field goal shooting. Both teams shooting above 45%. At one point, actually after the first quarter, Bataan was at the 60 mark. And three-point shooting, lamang Ilagan at 45% compared to only 33. Rebounding, to me, was the story in the first half, especially for Art de la Cruz. He had 8 of the 20 rebounds para sa Ilagan, 3 coming from the offensive glass. Kaya nagbunga, lamang sa kategorya ng second chance points, 11-5, as you saw.
Sason off the dribble, got clipped. Celis had a basket earlier to push the lead up to 5 for the Cowboys.
Now, both teams did a decent job of getting to the line. 11 times for Bataan in the first half. 10 times for Ilagan. This will be free throw number 12 and 13. I love what Yvette Ives, excuse me, did right there. Paint touch, going strong to the paint and going to the line eventually.
First, we have a challenge by Ilagan. We'll be right back.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahanda.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge by Coach Louie. Quick challenge, 43 seconds into the third quarter.
And clearly a foul on the elbow by Solis. Or, sorry, by Ayaay. MJ Ayaay. Sorry, Mr. Kalukalike. Anyway, Ives at the line.
Patiin ko lang ng happy viewing si Krisa Kalya. And shout out to Askong Satar Makantal.
Okay.
Sazon, malakas yung pangalang free throw. 0 out of 4 from the line from Ives Sazon.
That's really unheard of.
Sorry, 1 out of 7. Just shooting 68.4% from the line heading into this ball game. Javier, good thing Bataan got the ball back and it gave them an opportunity to score. Baba sa tatlong lamang, 47-44.
What an impressive finish that was. You would think that he would lose the ball attacking the post move as this one. A little fake handoff, Art de la Cruz. That's what you love about Art. Not only a smooth operator on the block, but a guy who could make things happen with that fake dribble handoff all the way to the cup.
Back to a 5-point ball game. Robbie Darang. Javier.
That's a late pass.
De La Cruz intercepting it. Robbie Celis lost his balance. Traveling violation against the Cowboys.
Hubert Louie not happy with the call because he thought Robbie was pulled by Chris Javier. Pero it looked like from our angle, Chris Javier pulled the chair. Kaya na-traveling itong si Robbie Celis.
That was the exact explanation by referee Ron Paluyo.
Robbie Celis, one of the best in the league in terms of seeking contact. That time well read by Chris Javier.
Chito Jaime, not enough legs on that shot. Art de la Cruz grabs and goes. Mintis. Tatakbo ang Bataan. Hubert Cani. Got cut off by Mosqueda. Sazon. Open look. But missing on that three. Foul on MJ Ayaay. Sorry. Tama, si MJ. Third foul na niya yan.
That's a nice start for Chris Javier. Heavily involved pretty much in all the plays, offensively and defensively, to start the third quarter.
Javier goes right at Robbie Celis. Can't get that one to fall. Ayaay. Pass to Robbie Celis. Mosqueda. At the left block, Celis against Jaime.
That's his game.
Step through move, lays it in.
Just a master of taking his time on the post. 3-on-1 after the steal. Paranada will not finish.
Sorry miss from Kyle Paranada. Was caught in between that time, whether to shoot or pass. Alfred Flores will check in for Robbie Darang. Ilagan making some headway, up now by 7 points. Biggest of the ball game so far. Wala pang nakaka-pull away dito sa larong to. Biggest lead by Bataan was at 7 as well back in the first half. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Nakaagaw na naman ng Ilagan Isabela. Paranada maintaining his balance. Mosqueda will not force it up. They will recycle their offense. De La Cruz isolated on the right block. The shimmy, the semi-hook, no. Cani, pass to Javier. Great rim run, but just could not finish the fast break. Paranada, stop and pop free. No. Tapik ni De La Cruz. Mapunta kay Celis for 2.
And the same way Robbie Celis did that late in the second quarter. The tap offensively for him to get the assist on De La Cruz. This time, De La Cruz returns the favor doing the same thing.
A double-double for Art De La Cruz. 14 points, 10 rebounds. The lead has swelled up to 9, forcing a timeout by Bataan. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Still with us live from the Strike Gymnasium.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Mamaya, Jensan versus San Juan for our third game. Commissioner Emerson Oreta with Zaldi Rilubid and Rudy Distrito. Alex Cabagnot checking in early in the third quarter.
Well, I believe did not see much action in the second quarter.
Si Alex?
Yeah.
Hubert Cani will bring the ball up for Bataan, down by 9. Taking a bit too long to set up their offense. Flores, 8 seconds na lang sa kanilang shot clock. Cani working on Cabagnot. Takes the jumper over him. Supply, rebound, Art De La Cruz. His 11th board of the ball game. Cabagnot. Poposte si Art. Pass to Paranada. Swings it to Alex Cabagnot. The crunchman, elbow jumper, no. De La Cruz, napulot yung bola. 16 and 12 for Art De La Cruz.
I can't imagine the disappointment right now for Coach Mike after calling a timeout. They go empty on their offensive possession. And then on the other end, they give up an offensive rebound. Oh, and really a 1 versus 4 situation with the one winning in Art De La Cruz for the basket.
Cabagnot, pocket pass. De La Cruz in stride. And he's beginning to find his rhythm here in the third quarter.
You call a timeout to regroup your guys and the intention to cut the momentum, but not the case for Bataan. Clearly momentum still with Ilagan.
Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
There's so much that this momentum has carried them into the biggest lead so far into this sa larong ito with 13 points.
Penalty na ang Ilagan. So free throws coming up for Alfred Flores.
Something that Bataan has struggled, especially for Ives Sazon. Alfred Flores now at the line. It's something obviously they could take advantage of because time is not on your side every time you're trailing.
Pasok, unang free throw ni Alfred Flores. So free throw na ito, atid sa atin yan next stream. Magsubok. At kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Perfect on that trip. Baba sa 11 ang kalamangan ng Ilagan. Celis. Pasa kay TJ Felebrico. Kabagnot. Down low to Robbie Celis. They swing it. Kabagnot to Paranada. 3 seconds left. Solis left to pull up that shot and he hits it.
I'll talk about a bailout. Just poor spacing on the part of Ilagan. Off ball. Flare screen action once again. But Paranada and Kabagnot were at the same spot. Led to Solis bailing them out.
Sazon continuing to misfire from the outside. Celis bumped and fouled by Jamil Gawawan.
They might have the disadvantage on the other end in terms of Bataan's bigs attacking the post on the block. But the advantage will be with Celis, especially pag nakakuha siya ng magandang buwelo tulad ng huling nangyari. And was able to fish for a foul against Jamil Gabawan.
Robbie Celis, 8 points, 4 rebounds, averaging 15.5 points the past couple of games. Medyo nag-struggle siya noong unang dalawang laro niya. But nakahanap na rin niya yung kanyang rhythm. Playing in just his 5th game with the Cowboys. 2 for 2 at the line. 61-46. Alfred Flores. Sizing up the defense of Paranada. Ramos. Pasa kay Barcuba. Joey to Alex. Blocked by Celis. Robbie went to chase for that ball but unable to do so. Babalik ang bola sa Bataan.
Good intention, pass just too strong for Robbie Celis to handle. If that was Kyle Paranada, that would have been 2 points on the other end.
They bring in Carl Bringas.
Searching for a spark possibly off the bench itong Bataan. Jamil Gabawan will try one from the outside. What a rebound, a big boy one by Robbie Celis over 2 blue shirts.
And draws a foul on Bataan. Galiano picks up his 2nd foul.
Averaging close to 8 rebounds per game. Ito si Robbie Celis. Not the tallest guy on the floor. Does not really have the athleticism which other bigs would have, like a Kimani Ladi or even a Felix Apreco, but just has a nose for the ball, especially on defensive boards. Ito si Robbie Celis. Robbie Celis on cue at the wrong moment with a turnover.
Gabawan, bounce pass. Bringas sends it to Galiano, forcing up a free.
Yeah, you're right there. He forced that one. Didn't need to.
At this point, Bataan reduced into a jump shooting team, especially the last couple of minutes. Celis, short. Rebound, Bringas. What will Bataan do here? Down by 15 points. Flores. Pass to the outside. Bringas. Barcuma, they let him shoot. Wala pa din. Kabagnot clears it for Ilagan.
All 5 white shirts packing the paint at that time, and tulad ng sinabi mo, forcing outside shots para sa Bataan, which they have not converted.
MANNY Pay, the digital wallet built for the community. Celis, despite the pump, able to turn around and hit the jumper.
I love the concentration. Did not even complain during and even after he made the basket. Barcuma, wala.
Galiano, masyado malakas.
Solis, what a block. Did not even jump.
against his former teammate Kapawan, digging his elbow in.
Offensive foul. This is a good call.
At ang tinamaan doon ay si TJ Felebrico.
Masakit yun.
Ayun. Right on the chest. Possible upgrade and sportsman-like foul.
It was definitely forceful, but you could make a case on the side of Bataan that it was in his motion, no, yung natural motion. Hands po ang itatawag dito.
Which I thought was an easy call given the excessive nature of that contact. So things not looking good so far, or at the moment, for Bataan. Since Coach Mike took over, the only losses they had were against two top teams in the north, Caloocan and San Juan. They've had wins over the last time out, Imos, and then that big win over Quezon City, and Basilan as well on their home floor. So this is a big test for them, down by 17. Felebrico mintis yung kanyang mga free throws. These two teams, they met in the play-in tournament last year, and they were fighting for that last spot in the playoffs in the north.
Ilagan eventually won. And ang nakatapat ng Ilagan, Pangasinan ba? The first round?
Yung sa first play-in ba?
Yeah. No. After that.
Ay, yung ano na, Abra na. Number 8 sila.
Abra, yes. Yeah, but you're right. Di ba nagtapat din sila ng Pangasinan?
Sa play-in yun.
Yung una, no?
Oh, yung 7 versus 8.
Right.
So outright, pumasok si Pangasinan.
Right.
That's the 7th seed. And then the 8th seed had to play the winner of the 9th and versus 10, which was Bataan. London Gomaru on the fast break.
Well, that was an impressive catch by Gomaro, using his body to shield and protect the basketball and able to make the basket with a tough angle.
Kabawan, sumalaksak, wala. And finally, a basket after almost an eternity from Bataan.
And so much that we couldn't even remember the last basket. Itong Bataan before that basket inside by Galliano.
Only 6 points in the third quarter for Bataan. Sa loob, Felebrico denied, but sticking with it and puts it in.
Might have erased the assist, obviously, of Art de la Cruz, but added an offensive rebound aside from the score to Felebrico.
Again, they're letting guys shoot from the outside.
4 for 19.
Yeah, Carl Bringas, Joey Barcuma left wide open. Kabawan as well. Cowboys with a commanding 19-point lead. Kumaru being pressured. De La Cruz swings it. No look pass. J-Boy Solis malakas. Kabawan napulot yung rebound. Barcuma has to run. Joey pass to Carl Bringas, who will finish underneath. Last shot time para sa mga nakaputi. Bataan still has 1 foul to give. Kabagnot. Now it's Joshua Galliano. 10 on their shot clock. Alex. Dribbles right. Flips it up and in off the glass.
That was tasty.
And the third quarter comes to an end. Fast break the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
This was the fast break between Felebrico and Gumaro. What a strong quarter for Ilagan. Outscoring Bataan massively, 22-8. 19-point lead heading into the fourth.
Bawat bayan ay sumama.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sekreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Back at the Strike Gym for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, Coach Mike Sagigit always brings that fire to every team he takes on, specifically for Bataan, although challenged at the moment. He talked about how he is the learner this time around as the Risers have been together for several seasons now with just some tweaks on the lineups. He specifically appreciates the efforts of Hubert Cani, Chris Javier, and Yves Sazon in taking him in. Sila daw yung players na nung hindi pa niya players, akala niya so-so lang until he saw their skills firsthand. He even said na nag-try out pala si Hubert sa Parañaque pero hindi niya daw kinuha. But most of all, happy to have his former RP team teammate and Gary David as one of his players. They were roommates in their stint in Malaysia. Gary said si Mike malaking point orchestrator yan and extension ng coach. No? Their next 5 games are tough. They had Imos. Today they have Ilagan, Quezon, Negros, Parañaque. Let's see how this will be. Ken, Coach Chris.
Wow, I didn't know that. Maraming salamat, Mika. I'm seeing si Coach Kaloy ba yung isa dun?
Yeah.
Sa taas?
Yeah.
JR Reyes? Tama ba?
I don't think so. Kabatch ko si J.R. Reyes eh.
Di nga yata. Yeah. But nice to see them reconnect. Gary David, Coach Mike Sagigit. And well, to Mika's report, matagal, they're banking on chemistry, talking about Bataan, almost the same core from last season. And they put in some new pieces during the free agency and trade window.
Right.
So far, mixed results, especially this ball game. But Carl Bringas inside, he's been a spark plug off the bench. Has scattered in 6 points.
The confusion right there on who the tagger was of that roll by Bringas. De La Cruz did not want to leave El Granada wide open in the corner. Kahit nakakapasok lamang nito ngayong start ng fourth quarter natin.
Now challenging the shot of Alex Cabagnot, but he hits it.
Look at his former teammate, Gary David.
72-52. We have a foul.
So the quarter scoring, excuse me, not 22, 24-8. Third quarter by Ilagan.
3-point shot brought to you by the Extreme Water Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers. Cani draws contact. And 2 free throws coming up for Hubert.
Great timing on the clear out that eventually led to an empty ball screen and a reject of the screen by Hubert, creating enough contact to get to the line. A line wherein itong Bataan has relatively struggled to make baskets below 60% as a team.
And this is a squad that thrives on heavy volume in terms of 3-point makes, getting themselves in transition. But so far, Ilagan has put a halt to that. Especially that third quarter.
It's really more of Bataan beating themselves because we kept on mentioning in that third quarter, pinapatira sila. You know, and itong Ilagan, like packing the paint, and then they're making the right plays, kicking it out to they had pretty much 9 out of the 10 shots were really open. It was just a matter of them knocking shots down.
Hubert Cani missing his first couple of free throws. The first one was a technical free throw. Tinawagan ng technical foul ang Ilagan during the dead ball situation. Finally hits one. Still a 19-point ball game. Rondon Bumaru, Alex Cabagnot. Arf de la Cruz, TJ Felebrico, and J-Boy Solis ang nasa loob. Libre si Gumaru. Natulis yung kanyang tres. Solis fighting for it. Pero siya na rin yung last touch. Bola babalik sa Bataan.
Asking for a foul of the ball kay J-Boy Solis. So the coaching staff of Ilagan, they will not get the call. Did not get the call.
Cani still with the basketball against Art de la Cruz. Swings it to Carl Bringas. Gary David for 3. And another rebound by Art de la Cruz. 18 points and 14 boards.
Change of defense in this possession para sa Bataan. They drop into a zone, led to an open corner three-pointer. They catch a break, the Risers.
Cani crossing the timeline. Gary David, no hesitation. And he drills one from beyond the arc.
On the other end, Ilagan does not catch a break. Only the second attempt of Kuya Gary. Pumasok na. Down to the 16 ang Kalamangan.
Sitting on this 2-3 zone ng Bataan. The cut fouled from behind was Art de la Cruz.
That's the problem with the zone. Players tend to relax off the ball. A good job nonetheless by Art de la Cruz. Attacking the gap of the zone. 2 steps below the free throw line. Good recognition by his teammate. 2 freebies for him. I believe that was Solis who just checked out. Pumasa sa kanya.
Sablay, unang free throw ni Art de la Cruz. His first miss at the stripe. Knew it was a miss. So we got off too early, resulting into a free thrower violation. So Bataan catching another break. Chance to chop down this lead. Alfred Flores with Gary David, Hubert Cani, Carl Bringas, and Chris Javier. Flores lobs it inside. Bringas catches and scores.
Nobody helping the roller right there. Robbie Celis looking at his teammates. Everybody just watching.
Kapag not same spot, different result this time. Cani gets past Ayaay, dumps it down low. Bringas will score. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong Francis brand ng Pilipinas.
Mini run right now is Bataan. I was expecting a timeout. It looks like Coach Louis is going to trust his boys. Paranada with a miss.
For shot. Bataan knocking on the door. Down by just a dozen. Hubert goes right at MJ. And he draws contact. Free throw coming up. Free throws rather coming up for Hubert. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
MJ Ayaay, I thought, was in a position to stop the basketball. But the blow-by Hubert Cani, and then the fine for that basket. Was that Bringas?
Yeah, it was
Bringas, yeah. And then Hubert Cani making things happen once again by getting to the line.
Missed free throws though.
Once again.
2 of 5 lang si Hubert Cani. Sazon earlier was just 1 out of 7. Solis comes back into the ball game, replacing Arf de la Cruz. 11 ang kailangan pang habulin ng Bataan. Biggest lead was at 20 points earlier. So they are in the midst of a 9-0 run. Talking about the One Bataan Risers. Ayaay off the dribble, leaning in, wala. Nakuha ni Hubert Cani. Gary David lurking behind. Cani drives, bounce pass, Bringas, good! Lead is down to single digits at 9 points. Carl Bringas with 10 points, all coming in the second half.
That's that song by Mariah Carey, Love Takes Time. The same thing with ball screen actions. You gotta take your time, just like what Hubert Caddy did. Waited for the perfect moment for the bounce. Nice finish. Now Bataan down by 9.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa.
Woo! 2 points.
Bravo! Q10.
Twist of Fate, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Dito lang sa Solar Flicks.
Don't miss the newest Turkish drama to hit Philippine screens, Twist of Fate. Weeknights at 8 on Solar Flicks, which is seen on Sky Channel 16, Signal Channel 21, Cable Link Channel 33, and DDT Channel 21 in Metro Manila.
So for a guy who always watches our episodes under Banse, really, I mean, now that Mika has set the standard of the delivery of that, you know, everybody, come on. You gotta say it with more conviction, my friend.
Kaya nga sinadjust ko yan eh, for them to have their moment. 72-63. Ilagan has been scoreless for the last 3 minutes and a half. Nakaagaw pa ang Bataan. Chance to inch closer. Gary David facing up against Kyle Paranada. Rising up over him. Wala. Bringas tumatrabaho sa ilalim. And he will draw a foul on J-Boy Solis.
Was just more alert with the basketball. Naunahan niya, no, sa posisyon, and then got favored with the bounce on the same side kung nasan si Bringas. But almost a basket shooting over the defender. The smaller defender was Gary David over Paranada. And because Ilagan is already over the limit this early, 2 free throws for Bringas.
Carl Bringas. Kantis yung unang free throw. and 45 left. Bringas did not even play in the first 2 quarters. We saw one earlier last Tuesday. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Rizal against Zamboanga, where Zamboanga took the lead late in the 3rd. Coach Don Dulay inserting J.R. Chavez, who did not even suit up the first 3 quarters, exploding for 14 points, all in the 4th, to bring Rizal back and pick up a victory. Carl Bringas trying to imitate that, but a foul against Bataan this time around on that move by Robbie Celis.
Strong move by Robbie Celis, attacking middle after 2 dribbles. It looks to be inside the cylinder. But was there enough contact though? Papasok. The way I saw that, baka pumasok yung rule of verticality eh. Nasa cylinder, inside the cylinder ni Robbie Celis.
Okay. We'll get clarification from our game announcer. So there was a whistle.
Foul on number 3, Alfred Flores is third. Warning on number 3.
So the foul was on Vargas, not even on Bringas.
No, si Flores.
Flores, rather. Now, if the foul was on Flores, then this has to be a successful challenge. I didn't see a foul by Flores.
So Bataan ang nagcha-challenge. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tama. Okay. The yellow light is on. We'll be back to find out if Bataan is right.
Is this a challenge after a challenge? Yeah. Feels that way.
may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanigang pakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Yeah, successful challenge by Bataan. Jump ball at center court.
And here's the move. There's Flores. Clearly no foul on Flores.
And Coach Louie probably arguing that kahit pa walang foul dun kay Flores.
Yung kay Bringas. Para sa akin, mas may foul yung kay Bringas eh. But the foul was on Flores, which I agree with the challenge being successful. But if the foul was called on Bringas, then I thought that was a good... It should have been a call like that.
Ilagan wins the tip. 10 on their shot clock. Celis backing down Bringas. Turnaround shot. Wala. Bataan. 5 minutes left.
But still, Art De La Cruz on the bench. He checked out at the 6-minute mark.
Bringas forcing his way in.
May challenge pa ba ang Ilagan?
Si Celis pinituan ng kanyang pangalawang foul.
And if you're Ilagan, the way Bataan has been poorly making their free throws, you might be doing yourselves a favor here. But we'll see.
Yeah. 0 out of 3 from Carl Bringas. Finally makes one. 72-64. Just past the halfway point of the fourth. Cabagnot. Ilagan looking to restore order. They've been scoreless for 5 minutes already. Last basket was at 3 earlier by Alex Cabagnot. They throw the ball away. Kani may tangan ng bola. Pass deflected. Cabagnot saves it to Mosqueda. Alex. Celis puposisyon. At may pito laban sa Bataan. It's gonna go against Carl Bringas.
Only the second team foul of Bataan.
Which Mike's sticking with Carl Bringas at the moment. Chino Mosqueda. Pass to Alex Cabagnot. The runner by Alex. Good. Plus the foul.
Landed awkwardly on his right foot. Good to see him standing up. Here's the blow by attacking the middle.
Push from behind. Yung tinawag doon. Ives Sazon. Alex Cabagnot.
9 points off the bench. 4 of 12 from the field. This is his first trip at the line, and it's a make.
6 of those 10 points coming here in the fourth. 4 minutes remaining. Balik sa 11 lamang. Chris Xavier, challenge free, but makes it anyway over J-Boy Solis.
You cannot ask for more about that challenge by Celis. Almost felt like he partially blocked that.
Manny Pay, the digital wallet built for the community.
Chris Xavier gets the obvious bounce.
Cabagnot lets it fly. No good. Sazon the rebound. Bataan still has time. Down by 8. Hubert launches. Not close. Bola na tapik. Nakakay Gumaro ang bola. Celes slams on the brakes. Now will post up Ives Sazon. Mosqueda to Cabagnot, back to Chino. 9 on their shot clock. Where is this offense going for Ilagan?
Dribbling violation.
De La Cruz, babalik sa loob for Ilagan. Robbie Darang replacing Hubert Cani.
I thought they had a chance there to repost Robbie Celis. Good job by Bataan with the early double. Cabagnot, that was a 2-on-1 on the weak side. He hesitated to shoot the 3 because there was still time on the clock.
Javier, pass to Alfred Flores, getting past Gumaro. And 2 free throws coming up for Alfred.
Having him slightly hostage right there on the, as he was able to turn the corner. As Gumaro was on the hip of Flores.
Alfred Flores with 8 points. 3 of 3 from the line. This one to make this a 2-possession ball game. That rattles in. 75-69. All of Ilagan's points coming from Alex Cabagnot with 6. Mosqueda. Pass to Alex. Bothered by Robbie Darang. Celis against Chris Xavier. The switch. 8 on the shot clock. Celis leaning in. And a big basket by Robbie Celis. Robbie Celis with 14 points.
All in the second half. Scoreless was Robbie in the first half.
The other Robbie drills a free. Darang cuts the deficit to 5.
A much needed basket. Also a much needed stop if you're Bataan.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Celis peeks at the clock. 10 seconds left against Chris Xavier. Trying to beat him off the dribble. Pass to Art De La Cruz. A second remaining. Will not get it off in time. Yeah, clearly. It was still in his hands. Very important for Bataan to score here. Behind by 5 points. Galliano papasok. Papalitan na si Carl Bringas.
What a spark by Carl Bringas. Did not see action in the first half. And was able to score even in double figures. All in the second half. He came in along with Gary David. Their team was down double digits. Now, he goes out. Single digits ang kalamangan at ng Ilagan at 140.
Something happened even before the ball got inbounded. We heard a whistle. They're reviewing it. 1 minute and 40 left in regulation. Yan, Ilagan was up by 20 earlier. Dito yung pito, foul.
Mosqueda.
Okay.
I don't know what should be called here after seeing the replay.
I'm confused.
If you're gonna play it safe, double foul.
Number 22, Gino Mosqueda is fourth. Substitution
Yeah, just a foul on Mosqueda.
So it's one free throw and then another possession, tama ba?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kasi hindi
that's
pa
the rule.
na-inbound yung
Correct.
basketball eh.
So that is costly on the part of Ilagan and not smart, obviously, on the part of Chino Mosqueda.
Flores, fourth guy in double figures for Bataan with 10. 4-point lead. Darang, 23-8 in favor of Bataan in the fourth. Darang trying to shake off MJ Ayaay. 10 seconds left on their shot clock. Darang decides to pull up from three and he hits it. Lead is down to 1.
He got the switch off the ball screen, which had a lengthier challenger right in front of him, yung pinakamahaba na si Solis.
Solis laban kay Galliano. Dating magkaampi sa Olivares. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive foul on J-Boy Solis.
J-Boy Solis expressing how he was held before the moving screen called against him. This was the ball screen action, the switch. Hand down, man down. That was the situation. At ito, yung sinasabing moving screen called by the official. Right here.
Important to note for Ilagan, no Art de la Cruz on the floor. Flores drives to take the lead, too strong. Last touch. Ilagan basketball, they could review it under the last 2 minutes.
That was not an obvious tap by whether a white shirt or a dark shirt. So definitely deserves a review. Here's the replay.
Big call coming up.
On this angle, look to be last touch by Galliano.
At yun na nga,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
babalik ang bola sa Ilagan. Still clinging on to this 1-point lead. So the Cowboys have Gino Mosqueda, Alex Cabagnot, Robbie Celis, MJ Ayaay, and J-Boy Solis.
If you're Bataan, anything but a 3, because it would make this game 2 possessions. That's how costly the free throw was, the foul by Chino Mosqueda.
MJ Ayaay forcing it up. Hatalbog palabas. Last touch si J-Boy Solis. Oh, wait. I thought it was clear, but the referee had a better angle.
Clear to you, but not clear to me. I'm scheduled for a checkup next week with my eyes, so I'm not going to say anything that far.
Ilagan only 8 points here in the fourth quarter. Bataan similarly had 8 points in the third period. It has been a game of runs. First half was pretty close. Ilagan ended up with a 3-point lead at halftime, and they overturned their initial call. Bataan with a basketball. They have a timeout. 27 seconds left. Will stay on the air. This was the last out-of-bounds play off the miss by MJ Ayaay. Yeah, it was clearly off the fingertips of J-Boy Solis.
That's why he had to chase it down.
So let's listen in to see what Coach Mike has drawn up.
Listen in powder. Hubert. Chris, dito ka sa kabila, Chris. Joshua to, Joshua. Hubert. Sino isang Ako. Fred. Hubert, Hubert na yung Hubert. Okay. Downscreen. Lalabas si Hubert dito. Tapos timing din lang. Labas sino to? Robbie. Timing ka gamitin mo kaya. Lalabas. Baka may motion eh. Pag wala nakuha ni Hubert dito, ball screen na tayo rito. Stop na tayo. Claire, kay Chris ha. Huwag niyo madali na. Chris ha. Pagkatake, pag nag-switch, i-roll mo, labas tayo makita, tapos 55 tayo.
Alright, 27 seconds remaining. Bataan down by 1. Each team has a timeout left. Bataan has had their share of troubles in close games, had that overtime loss against Pasig, had that big lead against Mindoro, then lost it in the end game, lost by 2. Let's see if they could redeem themselves against Ilagan. Javier catches, Flores drives, pass deflected, Mosquera gets it, and a foul on Flores.
A costly turnover by Alfred Flores, obviously, who seemed to me was undecisive of what he wanted to do after the drive. Almost like he had predetermined he was going to drive and kick. And because that was the case, at 2 feet up in the air, Robbie Celis read that perfectly.
And he was lucky to escape with just a regular foul on that push. Now, if you're Bataan, 19 seconds left. Ilagan inbounding in the backcourt.
Here's the thing. To me, their best free throw shooter in the clutch is pretty much 80 feet away from the basketball right now in Robbie Celis. Now, Paranada checks in for free throw purposes.
Paranada trapped in the corner. A steal! But Javier was caught stepping on the baseline.
Well, the problem with that inbound of Ilagan was the receiver was too close to the baseline. Kalaban mo ang baseline dyan. Right here, the quick double off the inbound. Chris Javier with the anticipation. And I believe that the left leg, the left foot of Chris Javier was on the line.
Yeah.
Which prompted our officials to make the call. Hard to tell if it's a replay na yun. They're gonna review it.
Kumbaga sa larong kalye, galing sa labas.
Right.
Because his feet were, like you said, were out of bounds.
Yeah, was not established.
Oo.
Yun yung tawag dun, no?
So tense moments.
But we had an official there, though. I understand the last 2 reviews, especially the out of bounds here by Solis, the out of bounds here by Galliano, the first review. But that to me does not deserve a review anymore because official number 42,
Maynard Centeno,
was right in front of the play.
Yeah. Baseline inbound pa rin for Ilagan.
So a different formation this time with Robbie Celis. He looks to be the receiver.
He's parked at the corner. And a quick foul. Celis, though, tonight has been spectacular in terms of production.
Not a good job, I thought, was Galliano. I know they're forced to foul, clock not on their side, but if you do the math, one of the best scenarios there was forcing an 8-second violation. If Galliano was able to cut off that sideline, a double was coming, maybe force another steal and turnover, which will happen in your court. But instead, he doesn't do that and fouls Robbie Celis. Now, the good news is, even though Robbie completes the second free throw, it's only a one-possession ball game. Bataan still with one more timeout. The same thing with the Cowboys.
Celis 15 points, 3 of 3 from the line. 13.5 seconds remaining. Gets the friendly bounce on the second. Bataan using their last timeout. And Coach Mike Sagigit, very interesting what he wants to do here on this possession.
Best stop tayo. Chris, Silvis, si Alfred, Robbie! Hindi! Wala si Joshua. Okay. Robbie, ikaw na to. Alfred at saka si... Iba si Koto. Okay. Sino yung 4 natin? Hubert. Sino mo Hubert? Pag screen kay Alfred, labas, corner. Pag meron, puga. Pag wala, balikan mo uli. Labas dyan. Tapos, ito. Sa'yo. Tama? Tama? Ako. Makik ako kayo. Kaya tayo, pag wala nangyari dyan, kunin mo. Atake. Hanap tayo. 3 points tayo. 3 points tayo. Go!
Yeah, 13.5 seconds left. You heard the voice of Coach Mike Sagigit.
Well, whatever was drawn up, to me, this has to be a catch-and-shoot situation on the first catch. Because even if it results as a miss, 2 things can happen. You give yourselves a chance for an offensive rebound. Second, even if Ilagan gets a defensive rebound, you still have a chance to foul, hope for 2 misses. This is taking too much time right here.
Javier, pasa kay Hubert Cani.
And
5
now,
seconds left.
Now, they're forced, he has to make this shot.
Air ball. And that's the ball game.
It took too long. But not to take away anything from Ilagan, that was well defended, especially the handling of the ball screen. MJ Ayai, one of their better defenders, disciplined enough not to bail out Hubert Cani with a foul. Contested that enough to force an obvious miss.
Ilagan will call for time. We'll be right back. Jensen Warriors awaiting their latest challenge. The former MPBL champions, the San Juan squad later on. Former San Juan player, Larry Rodriguez, facing his old team.
A former champion as well. Was he part of that season 3? Yeah, he was.
He was. Ilagan, all they have to do is inbound the basketball. They put some time on the clock adding a second, so 1.9 seconds remaining. What you don't want to do if you're Ilagan is commit an inbound violation or a 5-second inbound violation. Habagnot lobs it up, the clean catch. Celis fouled
by his former teammate, Caloocan, si Barcuma.
Both of them played in the preseason with Caloocan. Robbie Celis. How about this performance from him?
It was big time in the second half. Almost non-existent scoring-wise. He was non-existent scoring-wise in the first half. A different story in the second half, especially in the absence of Arth de la Cruz for whatever reason here in the fourth quarter. Now he checked out at the 6-minute mark for a short breather, came back in 3:30 mark, right about that time, but for whatever reason, I saw him holding to his, I believe his left leg, somewhere near his groin, which is his former injury. He missed about 4 games, I believe, because of that injury. And Robbie Celis stepping up.
Mintis, and that's gonna do it. Ilagan Isabela survives and getting a firm hold of that number 4 spot in the North Division and beating the One Bataan Risers. And Bataan battling back from 20 points down but fell short. The Cowboys earning their 11th victory of the season. And this guy they acquired during the free agency and trade window, he was a huge lift off the bench. Robbie Celis, our best player of the game, brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Robbie Celis answered the call in the second half. I thought his demeanor in the second half of how he read the floor, especially the defense of Bataan with their switching and, you know, just his timing of his baskets were timely and attacking mismatches on the post. Ang ganda nung kanyang basa doon compared to the first half. And syempre, nabanggit natin yung pagsalo niya, no, sa absence ni Arth in the fourth quarter.
And he is standing by with Mika.
Maraming salamat, Rob. Pure effort. 17 points ka sa larong ito. Pero more than that, yung tulong mo talagang alagaan yung bola dahil nakakahabol na talaga sila. Kumusta ka pagkatapos ng larong ito?
First of all, syempre, I want to thank God for this win. Ganyan talaga no? Magkakaroon sila ng run, magkakaroon kami ng run, pero at the end of the day, kailangan alagaan talaga namin yung bola. No? Ang dami naming turnovers and na-convert nila lahat yon. So, hope next practice, malamang yun ang papractice namin.
Rob, one thing is very obvious. You look really happy with the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. No? Anong gusto mo sabihin sa teammates mo at meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Syempre, unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Boss Gio Diaz, Board Member Doc EJ Diaz, Dave Diaz, Boss Ricky Lagi, Mayor J. Diaz, Governor Rodito Albano, Joey Forner. Binabati ko rin yung family ko, sa wife ko, sa dalawa kong anak, kay Rob, kay Daniel, sa tatay ko sa Bulacan, pagaling ka dyan, at sa buong family niya, kay Mama Te, sa mga tito-tita ko dyan sa Feria, sa mga tropa sa Diliman, sa Masambong. And binabati ko rin yung Lourdes, Quezon City, especially kay Boss Eman Robles, kay Coach Kenneth Cuyo, sa lahat ng coaching staff, and sa mga tropa dyan sa Team Ombudsman sa UNTV, kay Mark Chan, Rodney Santos, Mark Trinidad, and sa buong team yon. Thank you.
Maraming salamat and congratulations, Robbie Celis, our player of the game, is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Ken, Coach Chris.
Maraming salamat, Mika. Robbie Celis towing Ilagan to their 11th victory in the North. Up next, the big showdown between the Gensan Warriors and San Juan. Kaya huwag kayong alis, mga kaliga, dahil magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas.